Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, I'm showing you guys the panels we have installed here at this 2.2 megawatt facility. We have a client that's going to be mining with us or hosting with us, and we're pretty much finishing it up. Going to have the final inspection passed in the next about 2 weeks, and we should be ready to go. So in today's video, I'm talking about panels, showing you guys around how we built them, how we are going to be running our miners on these panels, how many amps and watts and all that stuff. So if you think that's interesting, you know what to do. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and go to cryptollc.org. If you're looking to set up a GPU ASIC mining farm, we provide clients all around the world for a farm. They want to host or they want to mine themselves. Whatever they want to do, we provide that. So if you're interested, go to cryptollc.org. We also sell ASICs and GPUs. We have the best prices. If you're looking to buy S19s, XPs, you want to buy WhatsMiner or GPUs, go to cryptollc.org. And before we get started, Bitcoin saves your wealth and Jesus Christ saves your soul. All right, so today's video, it's going to be panels. It's a little dark in this container. We got the flashlight on in the back. I'm showing you guys how we're going to be running these panels. So as we have finalized our client here, it's going to be hosting with us. We are now ready to finish up the farm here. So these panels, these are going to be 400 amp panels, 3-phase. See the wires already been pulled. If you watched our previous videos, you would see how we actually put in the conduit. We ran the wire from the transformer, and we ran all 3 phases. It's being run to all panels. So this panels we have yellow, brown, and orange, and gray. It's not red, blue, white. It's actually different colors because it's a high voltage. This is not a 240 transformer. It's a 416 transformer, so we have different colors. You can see it's not white. It's actually gray. It might look white, but it's not. It's gray. So these are the neutrals. Then we have orange, brown, and yellow. That's going to be those A, B, and C phases coming in. And these are run on 4-aught copper. It's really, really thick. Let me bend this guy over here. It's really, really thick copper. Try to focus. There we go. Really, really thick copper. So this copper is going to give us 400 amps for this panel. Now that's 400 amps at 416, which means that each leg is 240. You combine the legs and it becomes 416. So we have 240 volts coming on each leg, and that thing's at 6-aught, or actually no, 4-aught. So that's a lot of power coming in. I think it's, as I recall, might be mistaken, but it's about 216,000 watts, I think, is the load on each panel here. Now nothing's live, so I can touch these wires. Obviously nothing's live, we haven't passed final inspection. But it gives you a rare opportunity to actually touch the copper that's running directly from the transformer. Also, an opportunity to look inside the transformer and hook up all the copper. Because after that, you really can't touch anything once it's powered on unless you power everything off. You can't mess with anything anymore. So it's a rare opportunity to kind of look at things close up before it's powered on. Anyway, to show you guys the neutral here. So we got 2 coming in because we're doing a parallel run, which means that we are running 2 sets of copper coming into each panel. This saves on the cost for the conduit, or for the actual wire. It saves on the cost for that. It's cheaper to run 2 parallel runs than to actually buy a lot thicker copper and then run that. It's cheaper per foot, cheaper to do. It's cheaper to just buy the plastic conduit and put 2 parallel runs in it. So you can see we have those 2 runs, run number 1, run number 2, and each one has 4 coppers coming in, 4 6-aught, or 4-aught actually. Then we have a breaker that's going to be set right here. They have a special set you buy online that'll connect it to our bus bars here. And that breaker's 400 amp breaker. It's going to power all of this, and then we're going to be running 60 amp. Here's one of the breakers here. This is a 60 amp breaker. Each phase is 240, 240, 240, 240 at 60 amps. It's a lot of watts. It's going to be loaded onto this breaker right here. Special breaker. And then we also have a single leg breaker. It's 20 amp. This will allow us to plug in our lights and run other things. The only problem is you have to buy everything at 240. Since our single legs are all 240, which means our lighting system in the container is also going to be 240. You can't just buy 120 volt lighting systems, at Home Depot and just plug them in. You have to actually get 240 lights and plug those in, single phase. So we're going to be getting those and having some lights installed here. To pass inspection, you have to have a minimum, lighting for the panel location, which means at the top here we'll have to have our lights. Now, there's really no point doing that. You might as well just do the whole entire container because we're going to do that anyway. So to pass the inspection, at minimum, you need to have at least the lights next to the panels. We're just going to do the whole entire container all at once and do all the lights for everything. Really no point just pulling, just one connection. So we're going to be doing that, and we're running them all from this 20 here. And that should be good to go. Now, we have 3 of these panels. So for all of our 45-foot containers, we're going to have 3 panels in them. We have one 40-foot container. That one's just going to have 2 panels. So we have a total of 8 panels. And if you take 8 panels and you multiply it by 216, or 216,000 watts, it should turn out to be 2.2 megawatts, or 2,200,000 megawatts. I mean watts, not megawatts, but 2,200,000 watts. So that's a lot of power coming in. So these panels, they're all screwed onto this 3/4 inch plywood, which is then secured with a 2x4 here. And it's secured to the container with metal brackets at the top and bottom. So very, very sturdy foundation we have here to keep these panels secured. You see the top there? Nice brackets. And then we're going to be running, for the miners, we're going to be running 6-gauge wire. So we're going to be running 6-gauge each leg, coming off, going to the top there. Drill holes through the panel, bring the copper out at the top, and then drag it along the top, and then go down to our racks where we're going to plug it into a PDU. Each one of these is going to be running a PDU. So I have one PDU that's 35,000 watts, second one, and so on. And you kind of just load up this panel until the whole panel is full and you're using all the watts available to this panel, and we're going to do that for all the panels. Also, the panel is held with additional reinforcements. We have screws with washers here. See that screw for washer? And that's just holding this panel, actually holding the back of this panel to that 3/4 inch plywood and to that 2x4. So everything is perfectly secured. Then for internet, we also ran underground 2-inch pipe for the internet. So we're going to have a Comcast modem in one of the containers. Not this container, it's going to be the container across from this one. We have our Comcast modem there. And so we ran Ethernet connections from that Comcast modem underground all the way to this container, which is right here, and then all the way to the left-hand side. On that side down there is another 40-foot container, and that 40-foot container also has its own Ethernet. So instead of running above ground, we just ran everything underground. So we're going to pull that Ethernet, pull the cable from Comcast from the power pole, which is where the Comcast is. We're going to pull it from there underground all the way to our facility. Then from there, we're going to plug it into our modem, then into our router, and then from our router, we're going to actually pull an Ethernet cable all the way to this container. Ethernet cable is going to come out of there, and then we have internet for all of our miners and plug them into our switches. So that's how we plan on doing that. Everything is pretty much running along. Everything's working out. So yeah, that's going to be our setup here for our panels. So if you guys are looking to set up something like this for yourself, on your farm, on your land, at your business, provide these services. We know how to run everything, how to set everything up, what type of power you need, how many miners can you load on that power, the costs, everything can be done for you. Go to cryptollc.org. You can see we built this out. And then we're also going to be managing this for our client. Also, our client bought miners directly from us, since we provided the best price. he had the option to buy them himself or to bring his own used miners, but he preferred to buy from us. And that's how we're setting up his farm. So we can do that. We can do the same thing for you. You go to cryptollc.org. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys like it. You know what to do. Like, subscribe, and, you know, leave comments. Let us know what you guys think. And that's going to be it for this one. Until next time. Bye.